So we're here at the cottage in Short Creek, and we're visiting with Esther, who is on the board for Voices for Dignity. This is one of the fundraising avenues they have for raising money for their several projects. So, Esther, we just want to talk to you about if you could give us an idea of some of the things that Voices for Dignity has already done, some of the people they've already been able to help.
Well, we've actually helped. I personally know of over 1,000 people that Voices for Dignity has helped. In the beginning, Christine, not before I met her, but before she actually got in with us, she did a big Christmas event, and she called it the First Christmas, where she helped. She brought in truckloads of donations and Christmas presents for families and children. And after we met up again, because I first met her at the flood, when she came and helped with the flood, the search after we had our big flood, then we got together on Voices for Dignity, and she started helping with eviction support, and we got involved and started helping people to trust her to bring support to the community. And she's done so much as far as like computer work, internet, people that don't have a way to get on the internet and do things. She's gone on and helped them. We're totally been the hands to do all the work to help people apply for benefits, insurance, any online platform where somebody needs help navigating. We've helped them with that. She's helped people. She's go online and find housing, and it's kind of transitioned to where there's several of us that help with that now. When the evictions were just going on hard and heavy, we started bringing in care packages, putting together care packages with blankets and pillows and hygiene needs. We've done lots of food distribution to many, many people. We did a reading program with the children, and with the girls, everybody had their goal of what they wanted to do, or how much they were going to read or whatever, their reading goals. And once they met their goals, with the girls, we did a princess party, where they all dressed. They got fancy dresses and got their hair combed in curls, and we actually had a little like ballroom dancing. It was a lot of fun. And then for the boys, we took them all up by the reservoir, and they flew kites, and we had a pizza party. And
did you get to be in the princess party? Did you do all your reading?
And then we also did a little tea party up to Maxwell with the girls, where we did a safety training on how to deal with strangers or predators, how to handle somebody that they don't feel safe around. And we also did another class like that with all the children. That one was just for the girls, and they did a tea party and all that, but we did another one with all the children where Christine got out her puppets, because she's pretty good at that.
I remember that.
It was a lot of fun. And then there's several of us that, Norma and Christine and I and one of the other girls, we went down to St. George and took sexual assault victim advocacy class, and we became certified victim advocates. And it helped us understand how to help children deal with people and deal with situations that they don't know how to deal with. We helped provide therapy for people that needed it, for whatever, emotional support. we've, we have the school, and we've brought in library books and lots of school supplies. We've provided coats. We have a lady that helps us with, she brings coats every year. And we've got this cottage, and we have several of the ladies, different people in the community that make things, and they needed a way to get their products out, and so we opened this little store to help them with that and bring in a little bit of money to pay the bills for the school. And we did a little cake decorating class, taught the girls how to decorate cupcakes. We had a lady come down from Salt Lake that helped us with that. We did a Thanksgiving dinner over at the school. We had set up a big dinner and invited people that didn't have somewhere to go for Thanksgiving. We've brought in money for just mothers that needed help with something, help getting to somewhere to visit their children, or, somebody that was separated from their children. We've got the little petting zoo over to Christine's and had emotional support animals. And we've helped, like, there was a girl that was leaving, and we drove her to Phoenix, helped her get set up, and just helped her transition into the outside world, because that's what she needed. We've been there. We've actually gone to courts and been there to support people that needed courtroom support. And we've provided voter education for all the different elections. We did a little candlelight vigil stand with Charlottesville and did some anti-racism training, taught the children what Juneteenth was. That was actually quite educational for me too. We've done many art projects with the children to help them learn to make things that they can sell as well. Like, we've got children that make things that we sell here as well. We did, when there was a family they were evicted from the community, and then their house burned down, and we set up a GoFundMe for them. We helped them get donations from people in the community, and we helped them basically get their household needs again. We did Voices for Dignity, did a car wash. We've done a couple car washes and different basketball games, and also yard work projects where they worked with, it gave the children an opportunity to spend time and interact with people outside of the community, people that came in from outside the community, and help them learn how to interact with outsiders. And Christine, of course, has her house over there, and she literally provides a room for anybody that needs a place to stay that doesn't have anywhere to go. We've done a couple different trips to California where we went down and helped people get things that they needed. We went to the fabric district and helped get fabric for a family that needed it. We've done lots of media training, teaching everybody how to deal with people that show up with a camera.
Right, yeah.
That was a big thing. Because in my own personal experience, I had CNN show up and stick a camera in my face, and I didn't know how to react.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do. And so that was a huge help to learn how to deal with that. And Togo, with his camera and through Voices for Dignity, he's helped people document certain meaningful events like funerals and different things that were important to people, and they wanted a way to document it. We've helped people apply for jobs. Like I said, she's got her house over there. It's also been used for crisis housing when somebody was evicted or just all of a sudden needed a place to stay. We've provided transportation to doctor appointments. We drove somebody all the way to Phoenix to doctor appointments. We've provided lots and lots of computers. We've got a guy that is on our board actually, and his name's Gary Taylor. He comes in and brings computers, and through him we've given away hundreds of computers to people in the community. We've created a communication channel with the UEP to help people figure out how to stay in their homes, done intermediary work. We've had lots of barbecues, just discussing, lots and lots of emotional support, just spent time, just somebody that needed to talk, just been an ear for them, and helped provide housing stability. And Christine's even done a lot of online ordering for people that just absolutely did not know how to use the internet.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people like that. Helped people prepare for the outside world. People that were evicted and had to move away from the community. Just helped them understand that the outside world's not the same as this community.
Right.
It's a lot bigger world out there. We've helped facilitate communication between family members that, people that are no longer a part of the religion, that needed, there needed to have some communication, but they didn't know how to contact a family member that they'd been out of touch with for a while. We've provided humanitarian helped with housing for people with mental health issues. And many donations of just household items. We've tried, we've had people come in with a list and say, I really need these things and I don't have a way to get them. And we've figured out how to get those things for them.
I'm going to step away from the window. That light behind me is probably not helpful, is it?
No, it's good.
It seems to me that a lot of these resources and things that you're having to try to find now were probably things that were provided previously by the church when you had access to the funds in the trust. Is that accurate, that these were a lot of resources that the church was able to provide previously?
Yes, because, well, for one thing, there wasn't a housing problem. Everybody, and everybody helped everybody else, so it really was. Once everything was taken away, then we kind of lost our support system.
Yeah.
And so we've had to Voices for Dignity has put a lot into help and build a support system for people.
Yeah. Great. The cottage specifically, so from what I understand, anything that's sold here, and looks like you have everything from crafts to some homemade foods and things like that, is it 75% of the sales go toward Voices for Dignity, is that right?
No, only 25%.
25% goes to Voices for Dignity.
25% goes to Voices for Dignity, 75% goes to the people that make the product.
I see. Okay. Great. That's a good margin.
Yeah.
Yeah, compared to a lot of charities.
Yeah, we try to make sure that most of it is going to help the people.
Right. Yeah. We've kind of discovered that there are a lot of charities that are using the FLDS as their platform or their claim,
Mm-hmm.
but in all honesty, your community really isn't seeing some of those benefits. Is that right?
That's absolutely true. In reality, there are very few of the things that come into this community for the FLDS people don't get to.
Which explains why it would have taken Voices for Dignity so much time to gain your trust, right?
Oh yeah.
They had to prove that they were legitimate.
It definitely took a lot.
Yeah, understandably. What do you think? It's amazing how many people have been helped with so few resources, right? It almost seems like a small army of people trying to make this happen. What's going forward? What's still needed?
We are constantly needing help with mostly educational supplies. I mean, that's a big thing. We've always got people calling us and saying, do you have these educational supplies? Do you have pencils? Do you have art supplies? Do you have, I get people calling me all the time asking specifically about school supplies.
We realize that the school is not just a space for families to teach their own children, but it's really become a resource for the whole community and surrounding areas. They're coming there to find supplies and help for what they're doing in their own homes and things like that. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Yeah. If people, obviously any charity needs money, but if people want to send supplies, is there a good way to find out what supplies are needed or where to send those?
We actually have a wish list on the Voices for Dignity website, and that's probably the easiest way. Contact Christine or look at the website, but I don't know how up to date that is, but there's always a need for any school supplies.
Yeah.
Notebooks, pencils, art supplies. We always have people asking for those.
Yeah, I've seen just in the few days I've been here that there's no question that if money is donated, that it's used for these things. Right? I've seen that with my own eyes. It's going straight toward exactly what's needed, and it's helping the people that it's intended to help.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've tried to make sure that our records are kept up to date to make, and we literally have seen a huge percentage of, it's like 90, I think it was like 95 or more percent of everything that comes in,
Yeah.
monetary as well as everything else, goes directly to people that are in need.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. I don't have anything else that we should know.
Voices for Dignity always needs support.
Okay.
There's so much that we do with it, especially with the education.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. We still need to figure out a way to get internet here at the cottage so that we can help people here as well as over at the school.
Right.
Because in the past we were unable to keep the funding to keep the internet going here.
Yeah.
And it's another thing is the utilities at the school. We have the hardest time figuring out every month how to cover the water and the power.
Yeah.
Because it
and
comes directly out of the pockets of the people that are teach in there. And when you're a single mother, that's hard.
Right. Yeah, and it's not a small building
It's
to
not.
keep to keep running. Yeah. From what we understand, the parents, those who are teaching at the school are paying a very low rent.
Yeah.
For the rooms, but the parents of the children are not necessarily having to pay for their children being instructed there. Is that?
Yeah, the
Right.
parents don't have to pay unless the parent is the teacher.
Is the teacher, right.
And then they do.
Sure, yeah, understandable. Okay, you want to get some film of me eating their food?
Eating the food?